Along the Nile, a line of women walks away from the river with large water jars balanced on their heads. The jars may hold more than 10 kilograms of water, yet the carriers move with steady steps and often keep their hands free. Why carry such a heavy load on the head instead of in the hands or on one shoulder? The first advantage is alignment. A jar placed near the center of the head can sit almost directly above the spine, hips, and feet. Its weight then pushes mainly downward through the body. A load hanging from one hand pulls the body sideways. The muscles of the trunk must keep contracting to stop that uneven load from tipping the person over. A shoulder load also shifts the body's balance and often requires a compensating lean. A rolled cloth ring helps make head carrying possible. It spreads the contact force over a wider area, cushions hard edges, increases friction, and gives a rounded jar a more stable base. But the ring does not make the jar lighter. The neck, spine, hips, knees, and feet still support the full weight. The carrier must also make constant, very small corrections to keep the combined center of mass above the feet. Walking adds another problem. With every step, the body rises, falls, and moves from side to side. Any carried object must move as well. Lifting and accelerating that object costs energy. Skilled head carriers can reduce unnecessary motion by keeping the torso upright, placing each foot carefully, and stabilizing the head. The spine and bent legs also absorb part of the jolt from each step. The result can be a remarkably smooth path for the jar. A famous study published in 1986 reported that some experienced African women could carry moderate head loads with surprisingly little additional metabolic cost. That result helped create the idea that head carrying is automatically the most efficient method. Later experiments produced a more complicated picture. Energy use depends on the carrier's training, walking speed, load size, terrain, and the method used for comparison. Head loading can be economical for some highly practiced people under certain conditions, but it is not effortless, and it is not always better than carrying a load on the back. The skill itself matters. Someone who has practiced for years learns a stable posture, a regular step pattern, and rapid balance corrections. A beginner usually stiffens the neck, wastes energy, and risks dropping the object. This is why the calm appearance of an expert should not be mistaken for proof that the load places no stress on the body. Repeated heavy loading through the head can strain the neck and cervical spine. Medical research on manual laborers has associated long-term head loading with greater degenerative changes in the upper neck. Children and adolescents should not imitate the practice with heavy objects. Their bodies are still developing, and a falling jar can cause serious injury. So the jar stays aloft through several ideas working together. The load is centered over the body. The cloth ring improves contact, practice balance limits wasted motion, and a controlled gait keeps the jar relatively steady. Head carrying is not a trick that cancels weight. It is a learned way of managing force, balance, and movement.